So we need to create a brand new document. So we can go to File and New and choose a blank page, or we can just press Control and N. Control and N is the same thing as going to File and New. And for this, what we're going to do next, you do need to display your rulers. So if they aren't turned on, go to View and put the little check next to ruler. And we are going to double click and set our insertion point at about 3 1/4 and about 1 inch down. So I'm looking at my rulers. I'm going to double click. That kind of sets my insertion mark there. And then I'm going to go ahead and key in my text. And the first line is all capitals, so I'm going to turn on caps lock. And go ahead and key in, hopefully spelling it right, traveling internationally. I'm going to press enter. Now I'm turning caps lock off and keying in traveling on a budget. Enter. Next line is Thursday, April 19th, 2018. And then finally I've got 7 o'clock to 8:30 p.m. I'm going to press enter. For these last 2 lines, and I think I'll press enter one more time here, I'm going to write a line, and then I'm going to key in sponsored by, and I'm going to do a line break. So I'm going to do a shift enter, first choice travel. Now that we've got our text in here, they do want us to make some formatting changes. So we're going to highlight our main section of text, and they want the font to be Candera, the size to be 14, and they also want bold facing on. And then for the right align text, they want Candera as well, but they only want the size to be 10, and they want bold on. Now, if you scroll down, you'll notice that the text is kind of all at the top, and they would like this to display vertically. And there is a command that will do this for us. So we're going to go to Layout, and we're going to go into the Page Setup dialog box. So I'm clicking on the dialog box launcher. I'm going to go to Layout, and then you'll notice we have Page Vertical Alignment, and I'm going to change it to Center and click OK. And that will put the text in the middle of the page. So at this point, we're going to save. And you do want to get this into your, I'm going to hit Browse here. We do want to put this in our Word S3 folder. So wherever you have that Word S3 folder, you do need to navigate to it. And then we're going to key in 3-FCT, travel, and an abbreviation for international. So it's INTL. And then we're going to click on Save. And you should see that title display at the top. And they want us now to get rid of the centering, because they like to change their mind. So we're going to click on the dialog box launcher and change it back to top. And they would like us to insert a picture. So I'm going to click right next to Traveling International, and I'm going to go into Insert. And I'm going to choose Online Pictures. And then I'm going to do a little Bing search on travel, suitcase, globe. Okay, and I'm going to press enter. And let me see if they even have the one that they want. It does not matter to me if you match the book 100% on this. So if you cannot find the exact one that they want, or perhaps you like a different one better, okay, it does not really matter to me which one you pick. Just keep in mind that when you put a picture in, it does come in a particular shape and size. Okay, and so you may have to adjust some of your settings if you pick a different suitcase. And I'm really not going to worry about picking the same one. I'll do this one. Interesting. And so I'm going to click on it. You'll notice it puts a little check there. And then I'm going to go ahead and insert this. Okay, and once the picture's inserted, as long as it's selected, which means it's got sizing handles, you'll notice that there is a Format tab. Now, if you click away from the picture, that Format tab goes away. If you click on the picture, it is selected and you get the Format tab. This is a contextual tab that only displays when you have pictures selected. So we are going to position this in the top left. So we're going to hit position and we're going to choose top left. And we're also going to have with square text wrapping. So the text will wrap around. Now, the only problem is our picture is rather large. So we are going to want to adjust the size. And we'll go over and pick 1.7. It should keep it in proportion. So if we click on width, it should kind of make a little adjustment. And they would like us to add a little formatting to our picture. So in this picture style, they would like the drop shadow rectangle. So we're going to go ahead and pick that. And you'll notice that kind of makes your text look a little better as well. It's not wrapping around on the bottom. And then as far as the corrections go, they would like some corrections. They would like a brightness of 0, and they want us to up the contrast. And so they want us to be right about here. So it's just going to kind of brighten it up. Where we are right now is here. So you can see that it just makes it a little bit brighter. And even if you picked a different picture than the book, you should still be able to do this. And then they want us to add a little effect, a little glow effect. So over where it says picture effects, we're going to click. We're going to go to glow. And they just want a little 5-point blue glow. So we're going to go ahead and select that. And we've already adjusted the shape. Now, if your picture is still too big, okay, where you can barely see your text next to it, I do want you then to make it smaller. Okay, so I'm going to leave that kind of up to you. 1.7 is what the book says. However, the pictures vary in width and height, so you're going to have to use your judgment if you picked a different picture. Now, down here where our text is, there's actually a logo that they would like us to put in place of the text, First Choice Travel. So we're going to highlight the text and delete it. We still have our cursor in that location. And we're going to insert the logo. So we are not going to do a web search for this picture because it is on the system. So we're going to go into Insert, and we're going to choose Picture. And you do have to navigate to your the Word S3 folder for this. So wherever you have extracted that folder to, that is where you need to look. And then you're going to open up your Word S3 folder. And we want the FCT logo here. And we're going to insert it. Now, obviously, when it first comes in, it is going to be a little too large. So we are going to be making some adjustments. And the first thing we're going to do is click on our little tag here, because this lets us adjust the layout. Now, we could also do this up on the ribbon. But what they would like us to do is choose tight. Okay, so that's the first little adjustment that we're going to make. And with that logo still selected, so you can still see the sizing handles, we are going to reduce the size. Now, we could enter dimensions into the boxes, or we can just position over one of the corners. And I'm going to pick this one. And I'm going to press Shift, and I'm going to left drag, and that should keep it in proportion. And I'm going to make it smaller. Okay, because it should kind of occupy the space that our text used to occupy, so you don't want it too big. And at this point, I'm going to kind of click away. We'll turn off Show Hide. And I'm going to save my changes. And we are done with this little document.